Hey, it's Adrian with Ocean Independence, and today we're back with another yacht video just off of Cannes. And it's not every day that we have the opportunity to show you guys a recently launched yacht packed with all the state-of-the-art features on the market at the moment. But today is one of those very special days, so we're very much looking forward to the shoot. The yacht I'm taking you through today is at the very forefront of yacht design and innovation. Now, what's even more exciting is that she's also available for charter. Brand new for 2025, she's making her debut on the charter market, which means you could be one of the very first to step aboard to experience the very best on the market at the moment. One of the great things about this yacht in particular is that she's part of Heesen's innovative hybrid series. And so good looks are just the beginning. She also comes with a hybrid system that allows for near silent cruising, very low vibration levels, and an even lower fuel consumption. So for those of you guys that are a bit more environmentally conscious, just the right yacht. We'll tell you more about the technology and performance side when we get on board. On board, she has an incredible 240 square meters of outdoor space, an endless list of toys, incredible interior design, and most importantly, a delightful crew. So she really has it all when it comes to having a great charter on board. And with that, let's get on board and start the tour. So usually when you hop off a tender, like we just did, you're on the swim platform. Now, in Orion's case, not only is the swim platform huge, but you actually have an extendable transformer section that were lowered down right to the water level or even a tad bit lower. So you can use the platform to either jump in and out of the sea without a ladder, or you could use it for tender operations as it's often used, or even for getting on and off the jet skis. There's of course plenty of room on the swim platform for sun loungers, and that really turns this area into your own private beach club as well as an activity center. So heading over to Cannes yesterday, and I'll go off on a bit of a tangent here, but I'll circle back and you'll see where this fits in. So heading over, I was speaking to this guy on the train, and he was telling me that he judges a hotel by the thickness of the sun pads on the sunbeds. And now, if that is any indication, then I believe we're in for a real treat on Orion, because look at the size of these. They're incredibly comfortable. So before we head up onto the main deck, there's another space I'd like to point out, which is just down to the port side down here. And it's a wellness area, very versatile space, and just a great spot for guests to hang out during the day and just relax and unwind. So coming up these steps, we're now on the main deck aft, and we're formally welcomed on board. And you'll find that the main deck aft, frankly speaking, is somewhat more intimate, somewhat smaller than you might find on a comparable 50-meter. But I actually think that that's a clever design solution. Reason being, as it turns out of all the exterior spaces, the main deck aft is less frequently utilized by guests. So it absolutely makes sense to dedicate more space to the main salon and also to the beach platform, which is precisely what the designers of Orion have done. So that, I think, is a job well done. So now let's head inside to the main salon. Designed by Cristiano Gatto, I think the interiors strike a perfect balance between relaxed and modern elegance. She has very clean lines, soft textures, and a very neutral color palette that feels warm and welcoming rather than overly formal. So huge floor-to-ceiling windows flood the salon with natural light, so wherever you are, you feel connected to the ocean. In fact, they've used more than 37 different luxury materials throughout the yacht. So as we move through the yacht, your eyes constantly caught by some new material or texture, which I really like. The ceiling paneling throughout the main salon is covered in a fine silver fabric, which, as I've learned today, is called magellite. And magellite has this beautiful property that it just subtly reflects the light coming in from the outside, and that just creates a sense of openness and a sense of spaciousness in this already bright and very generous main salon. The silver is perfectly complemented by the grey carpet and the beautiful white designer furniture that creates a very comfortable ambience on the main deck. By day, this area is bright and airy, but at night the clever LED lighting transforms it into a cozy, intimate space. Moving forward, the lounge area flows seamlessly to the formal dining space, a great spot for dinner or even formal business meetings. Again, the really nice full-height windows on either side with the invisible bulwarks almost make the space feel like an alfresco dining area, but in the comfort of the air conditioning or just away from the elements outside. Then you have crew access tucked away on the port side to service this whole area. Continuing our journey onwards and past this beautiful sliding door, I just love the finish here, and the sliding door opens at the push of a button, and we walk right in and it opens up to a lobby. And what a lobby this is, incredibly spacious, and we've got crew access to port, we've got a marble-clad dayhead to starboard. Then going down, we have our guest accommodation one deck lower, and we'll get to that in just a bit. Going up the staircase, on the other hand, we get to our sky lounge, and through the sliding doors to starboard, we get to the wraparound decks, and we can either walk up a deck or back to the main deck aft. Staying on the main deck and heading through this door, which I think is probably my favorite door on the ship, we'll head into the master cabin. So entering into the master, first of all, you're greeted by the office space with probably one of the best views you could possibly imagine. Not that you want to spend too much of your time on charter sat here, but it's good to have and good to know that it's there if needed. So moving upwards and onwards, or just onwards in this case, we get to the actual master cabin. To starboard, you have some storage, and to port, you have the bathroom with an enormous shower and that classic simple styling we've seen throughout. And that's what I really love about this yacht. Everything is simply yet tasteful, and it's not overdone or overloaded. It's all just perfect. Into the sleeping area now, we've got these huge panoramic floor-to-ceiling windows on either side, just giving you the greatest views. Today, we get to admire Cannes scenery. Tomorrow, maybe it's the open ocean. You never know what you're going to get. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful stuff. The floor-to-ceiling mirrors on either side and around the windows make this room really light up, and it seems so much bigger than it actually is, even though it is generous size to begin with. The texture on the dark oak floor and the leather lining on the walls really make the space feel tactile and interesting, while maintaining that cool, effortless aesthetic. The gentle LEDs in the ceilings also create a sense of calm, which must be incredible in the evening after a long day exploring a new location or out on the water toys. So forward on either side, we have two ample, very generous walk-in wardrobes. So I don't anticipate there being punches thrown over closet space, but you never know with these things. Now, all joking aside, truly plenty of space for clothes or anything you might want to store. There's also the emergency exit through on the starboard side. And I will also say that I've been very impressed with the safety protocols and standards on board, having spent some time with the captain and crew. And that's something that's important for a lot of charterers. It's always good to know that's there and that the yacht and crew are up to date with the latest safety standards. And as for the other guest accommodation, Orion is set up perfectly for charter operation. She can accommodate 12 guests with 2 doubles, 2 twins, and a stunning full-beam VIP suite that feels like a second master cabin. She's perfect for co-charters or close family members who want a bit of extra space and luxury. The mix of doubles, twins, and the VIP makes Orion incredibly versatile, and so whether you're traveling with family, friends, or a mixed group, everyone will have a comfortable place to retreat to at the end of the day. All the rooms, of course, have great en-suites, and the VIP even has a bathtub, which is unique to that room, and quite the perk, which makes up for not getting the master suite, I think. And now, let's head up to the upper deck. Coming up these stairs and heading into the Sky Lounge, we have a day head to starboard, and then this wonderful space with great views for socializing and relaxing, just offering a bit more privacy and comfort in the main salon, but sticking with the same beautiful, soothing design elements that we've seen down below on the main deck. Unsurprisingly, the Sky Lounge quickly becomes many of the guests' favorite area. The upper deck is perfect for a relaxed movie night or a quiet afternoon drink while soaking up the views from a slightly elevated position, maybe out of the weather outside, be it too hot or too cold. So to port, we have a fully equipped bar with a sink, a fridge, an ice maker, anything really to serve snacks that guests might require. And then of course we have the crew access through here behind this mirrored door, so we can make sure that the bar is always fully stocked and ready to go. What's great about Sky Lounges is that they seamlessly connect to the outside decks, and this is where you get your best views. And today we have particularly great views being in Cannes. And then we also have this wonderful alfresco dining area with a marble-clad Lazy Susan right in the center and seating for up to 12 guests. Now, if the weather's good, as you'd hope it would be on your charter, this is a great spot for more formal dinners. And so you'll have the additional benefit as well of fresh air, but also plenty of shade so you're not sat in the sun all day. However, if you do want to get a bit of a tan, well then you have these movable seats to aft, which are a great spot for your digestive and continued dinner discussions. So further forward on this deck, and past the absolutely massive wraparound decks, we'd eventually hit the foredeck. And the foredeck, the way it's currently set up, it's more of a technical space. In fact, that's where your tender storage is, and just a bit after that, after the tender storage, is where we'd keep the jet skis. But the area can in fact also be turned into a guest space once the toys are launched. And then there's plenty of space for a few sun loungers to be set up there. Now, some guests love spending time on the foredeck with the wind in their hair, so it's nice knowing that that is a real possibility on a ride. The design team really focused on making every inch of this vestibule usable and versatile, giving a ride more outdoor leisure areas than most yachts her size. Now, the real beauty of the foredeck in its current setup is that it allows for a huge amount of water toys to be stored on board, but it also achieves something else. It gets rid of the need for a garage, and that really frees up the aft section of the boat and allows for the creation of a fantastic beach club, which you've seen earlier. So a really smart layout, particularly for charter guests who want to enjoy the water as much as possible with all the toys and inflatables. So with all this talk about tenders and toys, that does beg the question, what do we actually have on board? She's got a Speedy Williams 565 jet tender for quick trips to shore, towing inflatables or landing on the beach, plus a very sleek 40-foot Vanquish VQ45 chase boat. That's perfect for stylish day trips and exploring further afield. Now, for more high-octane fun, there's 2 Sea-Doo jet skis, 4 sea bobs, and 2 electric e-foil surfboards that let you literally fly above the water. I've tried them out, they're great fun. Now, if you're after something more peaceful, you can grab a paddle board, or you can hop into one of the 4 inflatable 2-man kayaks for a gentle paddle. There's also a full collection of towable toys, from a 3-person sofa and a classic donut ring to a banana boat, plus water skis for both adults and kids. Before we finish things up on the sun deck, let's head over to the bridge where we'll give you a short and sweet rundown of the technical specifications. So up here in the wheelhouse is where the magic happens, and I almost mean that literally, because the yacht is loaded with high-tech options that make the functioning of this yacht almost feel like magic. And so we've got this state-of-the-art bridge here. Not surprising given how recently she was launched. Everything is up to date, modern, and doesn't get any better than this. So in summary, I think you could say that Orion, besides being an incredibly good-looking and fun yacht, she is of course a highly reliable and technologically advanced machine. She's powered by twin MPU 12V 2000 M61 engines and advanced electric motors, giving her a hybrid, or rather diesel-electric propulsion system with 4 different cruising modes: quiet mode, diesel-electric mode, boost mode, and economic mode. In boost mode, she can hit speeds of around 16 knots plus, and while in pure electric mode, she glides along silently at 9 to 10 knots, perfect for peaceful nighttime cruising or anchoring. With a transatlantic range of 3,750 nautical miles and a fuel consumption as low as 45 liters per hour in diesel-electric mode, she's remarkably efficient. Add to that her Naval zero-speed stabilizers, which keep her smooth and steady, whether cruising or at anchor, and ultra-low noise levels, just 46 decibels in the master suite, and you've got a yacht built for total comfort and tranquility. Now, with the technical stuff out of the way, let's head to my personal favorite spot on this yacht, the sun deck. One might say we've saved the best for last. We're up on the sun deck of Orion, and the sun deck can be subdivided into 3 areas, and we'll start aft. We've got a informal lounging area. We've got these 2 spacious loungers and the beanbags right opposite. You can soak up the sun, maybe those last rays as the sun is setting. So a beautiful spot. And then moving further forward, of course, you don't want to be up on the sun deck, relaxing, unwinding, listening to music and have nothing to eat or drink. So luckily we have this awesome oversized bar with a granite top. We have a teppanyaki grill up here, so the chef can really whip up some nice dishes, I'm sure. And then if you want to get more comfortable, right opposite the bar, we have another large seating area. And I'm quite confident that 12 guests can certainly comfortably fit on this sofa. It just wraps around. It's essentially 2 L-shaped sofas put together. So moving out from underneath the hardtop, we're back in the sun. And there really is no better place to put the jacuzzi than here on this slightly raised platform, giving you these magnificent 360-degree views of the absolutely gorgeous scenery and backdrop that we've got today, anchored out just off of Cannes during the boat show. Yachts everywhere, simply spectacular. Before we end today's tour, there's just a couple more things I'd like to touch on that I believe really make Orion a standout charter yacht in today's market. Firstly, she has a great crew to guest ratio of 9-to-12, meaning that you can have a huge amount of focus dedicated to each guest throughout the charter. Whether that means getting the inflatables up quickly, serving the best food imaginable, keeping every inch of the yacht spotlessly clean, this yacht is fully set up to give you 7-star luxury. Another point is that she's full aluminum, and so what this means is that she sits higher up in the water, being a bit lighter construction, and that gives her a 2.15 meter draft, and that'll allow her to get into some of those anchorages that, maybe with a steel-hulled yacht that has a bit more of a draft, you wouldn't be able to get into. So this really is the perfect boat, not only for med cruising, but also for cruising the Bahamas. Although it's been mentioned before, I'd like to stress that there is the option of silent cruising, and that really brings a whole new experience to yachting. It's almost like you're on a sailing yacht with the soft sounds of the water and nothing else. It's incredibly relaxing and something that not many people get to experience on a motor yacht like this. So this is a good spot to end today's video, but if there's one thing I want to leave you with, is that Orion is for charter. So in case you're curious and really experiencing all that this magnificent yacht has to offer, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. We've put our contact details in the description down below, so all it takes is a quick email or phone call. And with that, thank you for watching, and as always, stay tuned for another great video just around the corner.